So good morning, everyone. Welcome to the class on international finance, where we are discussing the numerical based on the arbitration opportunity. So here, the numerical what is given to us, it is based on the economic condition of two countries. One is Canada, another one is Germany. Although the present exchange rate of Germany is euro, so maybe this data is a historical data where the earlier exchange rate of Germany is given to you. That was Deutsche Mark. So here it is given the present exchange rate is one Deutsche Mark is equal to 0.666 Canadian dollar. So you can see that Deutsche Mark is probably stronger than Canadian dollar. So the spot rate, if you see the spot rate is one Deutsche Mark is equal to 0.666 Canadian dollar. So 0.666 Canadian dollar, it is nothing but it's like 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 Canadian dollars, and then 3 month forward rate, and the 3 month forward rate is one Canadian dollar is equal to one Deutsche Mark is equal to 0.671 Canadian dollar. So you can see that since the forward exchange rate is more than the spot rate, since the forward exchange rate is more than the spot rate, it means that the forward rate is at premium. It means the forward rate is at premium. Since your forward exchange rate is more than the spot rate, it means your forward rate is at premium. Correct, right? So if you want to find the forward rate premium percentage, if you want to find the forward rate premium percentage, use the formula calculate minus spot rate divided by spot rate into 12 by m into 100. Forward rate 0.671 minus spot rate 0.666 divided by 0.666 into 12 by 3 into 100. So you can solve this. This is 0.671 and then 0.666. So this is 5, this is 0, 0. 0.005 by 0.666 into 400. So you just need to find this value. Find this value 0.005 into 400 divided by 0.666. That is 3 point, forward rate is 3.003. 3.003. Yeah. So that is 3.003 percentage. That is your forward rate. That is your forward rate premium percentage. Clear, everyone? Anyone, any doubt? See the steps, everyone. Please write down the steps. Clear. So once you saw the forward rate premium percentage, okay, so you can also find once you find the forward rate premium percentage, because for forward rate is more than the spot rate, so you can find the forward rate premium percentage. Gradually, what you can do, you can also find the interest rate differential percentage. So you can find the interest rate differential percentage. To find the interest rate differential percentage, what I told you guys, here the exchange rate is one Deutsche Mark is equal to 0.666 Canadian dollar, like that. So here to find the interest rate differential percentage, you use a formula 1 plus interest rate, 1 plus interest rate in Canada, 1 plus interest rate in Canada. Okay, so 1 plus interest rate in Canada divided by 1 plus interest rate 1 plus interest rate in Germany, Deutsche Mark, minus 1 into 100. That is interest rate differential percentage. 1 plus interest rate in Canada. Interest rate in Canada is 9.5%. Then 1 plus interest rate in Germany, that is 1.7.5% minus 1 into 100. So you can write this. This is 1.0975 divided by 1.05 So 9.5 to 0.09, right? Yeah. 1 to 7.5 is 0.075. Yeah. Minus 1 into 100. So then you just calculate this. Use calculator. Find this value. So 1.095 divided by 1.075 minus 1 into 100. 1.8604%. See this calculation. Everyone write it down. Once you find the forward rate differential percentage, so forward rate differential percentage once I found is 3.003%, and I also found the interest rate differential percentage, which is 1.8604%. So I can easily make it out that the interest rate differential percentage is different from the forward rate differential percentage, means there is a possibility of arbitration. So like the same way, so the you can do the right the same thing, that the since the forward rate differential percentage, since the forward rate differential percentage is not equal to the since the forward rate differential percentage is not equal to the interest rate differential percentage, since the forward rate differential percentage is not equal to the interest rate differential percentage, it means there is a possibility of arbitration. It means there is a possibility of arbitration. It means there's a possibility of arbitration. So because there's a possibility of arbitration, so because of forward rate, our differential percentage is not equal to the interest rate differential percentage, it means there's a possibility of arbitration. And because there's a possibility of arbitration, so how we can work on arbitration possibility? Either we'll borrow in Canadian dollar and invest in Germany, or we'll borrow in Deutschmark, invest in Canada. So we'll try to find out the how we can work on the arbitration possibility. So they have asked us, okay, so they've given us the spot rate, forward rate, the present interest rate in Germany, the present interest rate in Canada. Based upon that, they're asking us to take the arbitrage, possible arbitrage gain, what operation would be carried out. So what operation would be carried out? So if you ask me about operation, what operation can I carry out? So to work on arbitration, to work on arbit to work on arbitration, if I want to work on arbitration, arbitration, to work on arbitration, the to work on arbitration, the following two scenarios can be developed. The following two scenarios can be developed. The following two scenarios can be developed. Okay. So either one, what is that R scenario? Borrow in Canadian dollar and invest, borrow in Canadian dollar and invest in Germany, for 3 months. Borrow in Canadian dollar, invest in Germany for 3 months. So borrow in Canadian dollar, invest in Germany for 3 months in Deutschmark, then and then convert the proceed and then convert the proceed obtained and then convert the proceed, whatever the proceed you get obtained, into Canadian dollar to check to check check what, to check the amount receivable, to check that amount receivable, the amount what you're receiving now, is that more than the is this more than that the amount to be paid on the borrowing, amount to be paid on the borrowing, because you are taking a debt, right, in Canada. So Canadian dollar. So on that you need to pay an interest. the amount to be paid on debt. So if this is more, then there's a possibility of arbitration. If this will not work, we'll do the vice versa. So we'll borrow in Deutschmark and we invest we'll invest in Canada, and then we'll see the same scenario. So here what I'll do, I'll borrow in Canadian dollar. So let Mr. X borrow, let Mr. X borrow uh borrow 10,000 Canadian dollar from Canadian bank. So I'm doing arbitration possibility. There's a person called Mr. X. Let Mr. X borrows 10,000 Canadian dollar from Canadian bank from can because the time given here is 3 months. So I'll take 3 months into consideration. Let Mr. X borrows 10,000 Canadian dollar from Canadian bank for 3 months for 3 months where the interest rate is where the rate of interest is how much. The rate of interest in Canada is how much? 9.5%. Rate of interest in Canada is 9.5%. So rate of interest in Canada is 9.5% at 9.5% per annum. Let Mr. X borrows 10,000 Canadian dollar from Canadian dollar from Canadian bank for 3 months at 9.5%. Okay. So the interest to be paid, how much interest you need to pay? Interest to be paid on borrowing. Interest to be paid on borrowing. How much is the interest he has to pay on borrowing? That will be equal to on 10,000 9.5% for 3 months. So two zeros get cancelled. This is 4. This is 25. 25 into 9.5. 25 into 9.5. That much is the interest. Could I calculate that? 25 into 9.5. 25 into 9.5. 237.5. 237.5 Canadian dollar. So the amount to be paid to the Canadian bank after 3 months, the amount to be returned back, amount to be returned back to Canadian bank after 3 months will be to Canadian bank after 3 months that will be 1237.5 Canadian dollar. Correct, everyone? Anyone, any doubt? Clear, right? So amount to be returned back to the Canadian bank is this much. Fine, everyone. Now what I'm supposed to do, this 1,000, this no 10,000 is my amount. 10,000. So 10,000 237.5 Canadian dollar. So this 10,000 Canadian dollar, what I borrowed will be converted into converted into Deutschmark. So this 10,000 Canadian dollar, what I borrowed, this 10,000 Canadian dollar, what I borrowed, will be converted, will be converted into, it will be converted into Deutschmark at the present exchange rate, the present exchange rate, at the present exchange rate. You see the present exchange rate, the present exchange rate. If you see the present exchange rate is the present exchange rate, the present exchange rate is, if you see the present exchange rate, so your present exchange rate is, what is your present exchange rate? That is your present exchange. One Deutschmark is equal to 0.666 Canadian dollar at the present exchange rate. So the present exchange rate is one Deutschmark is equal to 0.666 Canadian dollar. Right? This is your present exchange rate. One Deutschmark is equal to 0.666 Canadian dollar. So your present exchange rate is one Deutschmark is equal to 0.666 Canadian dollar. So this is your present exchange rate. I have 10,000 Canadian dollar. So I have 10,000 Canadian dollars. So 10,000 Canadian dollar is equal to how much Deutschmark? That will be 10,000 divided by 0.6666 Deutschmark. So you will get that much Deutschmark. So 10,000 divided by 0.6666. 10,000, 1, 2, 3, 4 divided by 0.6666. That is 15,000, 1.5. 15,000, 1.5 Deutschmark. So you will get this much Deutschmark. So 15,001.5 Deutschmark will be invested in Germany, for 3 months, will be invested in Germany for 3 months. And what is the interest rate in Germany? So you can see the interest rate in Germany. So the interest rate in Germany is 7.5%. So interest rate in Germany is 7.5% per annum. Per annum means per year. So this will be 15,001.5. This is 7.5%. Okay, into 3 by 2. So this you can write. This you can write as 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 15.0015 into 75 into 1 by 4. This much interest you will get. 15.0 divided by 1,000. This divided by 1,000. This into 75. This divide by 4. 281.2781. 281.2781. You will get this much Deutschmark. So the amount what you will receive, this is your interest and this is your principal. So this much Deutsche Mark you will get as an interest. So the amount amount to be received from the German bank after 6 months, after 3 months, not 6 months, that will be 1.5. That is my principal plus my interest is 281.2781. So I'll get is 15282.78 Deutsche Mark. 15282.78 Deutsche Mark. So this is the amount what I received from German bank after 3 months. So now 15,282.78 Deutsche Mark, which is being received, will be converted into that. This will be converted into Canadian dollar after 6 months, after 3 months. Okay, so the 3 month forward rate, 3 month forward rate was 3 month forward rate. The 3 month forward rate was 1 Deutsche Mark is equal to 0.671 Canadian dollar. 1 Deutsche Mark is equal to 0.671 Canadian dollar. So 15,282.78 Deutsche Mark is equal to how much Canadian dollar? 0.671. 0.671. So this into 0.671. 10,254.74. 10,254. 10,254.74 Canadian dollar. You will get this much Canadian dollar. Okay, you will receive this much Canadian dollar. Okay, you will receive this much Canadian dollar, and how much you need to pay on borrowing? 10,254. How much you need to pay on borrowing? You need to pay is 10,237. 10,237. 10,237 you need to pay. You need to pay is 10,237.5 Canadian dollars. So you remember here we did this is how much you need to pay, amount to be returned back to the Canadian bank. How much you need to return back to the Canadian bank? 10,237.5 Canadian dollar. This much you need to return. Okay, so if you see this, so the amount to be returned to the Canadian bank. So amount to be returned to the Canadian bank. Canadian bank amount to be returned to the Canadian bank. Amount to be returned to the Canadian bank. Amount to be returned to the Canadian bank after 3 months. 3 months. That is 10,000. 10,237.5. 10,237.5. And amount received from the investment. The amount what I'm receiving from the investment. This is 10,254.74 Canadian dollar. So automatically you can see the amount what I'm going to receive is more than the amount to be paid. Amount what I'm going to receive is more than the amount paid on borrowing. The amount what I'm receiving is more than the amount to be paid on borrowing. I'm getting an arbitration gain. Which is your arbitration gain? So your arbitration gain is 10,254.74 minus 10,237.5. So that will be your arbitration. 10,237.5. 10,237.5. You can figure it out your arbitration gain. This minus this 17.244. So it's around 17.244 Canadian dollar. If I start with $10,000, I'll get a gain of 17.244 Canadian dollar. So you can see the possibility of arbitration. The arbitration possibility here can be worked on if you borrow in Canadian dollar and you invest in Germany in Deutschmark, and after 3 months whatever you receive you convert it back into Canadian dollar, and then you see the amount what you are receiving from the investment is that more or less than the amount what you need to pay on your borrowing. So we don't know which way the arbitration will work. So if the forward rate differential percentage, if that is not same as the interest rate differential percentage, then definitely there's a possibility of arbitration. To work on the possibility of arbitration, we'll see which way the arbitration possibility will work on, and gradually based upon that we take the decision. Clear everyone? Anyone any doubt? Anyone any doubt?